And just like that, we're live once again. Much to the troubles that it took for us to go live, we here. A little late, but we here. Um, this is Key and Carrie, where we key.
And we carry.
I'm Damon,
I'm Troy.
and we back at it again with another review. Bad Boys Club Reunited. How you feeling, Troy? On this good Wednesday night before the
This is a
start.
good fucking Wednesday night, baby. It's hot as hell. Michigan weather is bipolar.
Hmm.
Let me say first and foremost, excuse my blue lips and my blue tongue.
How did you get
Um,
those blue lips and that blue tongue?
you being shady, baby. Let's not do that. Um, Anywho, excuse my lips. Shout out to everybody that's gonna join us tonight. Shout out
Yes,
to
yes.
everybody that's gonna watch this on the playback. Shout
Hmm.
out to Gemini Films,
Yes.
baby.
Shout out to Lilo, who's gonna join us later tonight.
Hey, shout out to yes, Lilo is definitely gonna. Oh, cause you did okay. You put that in the thumbnail. Normally, you like we have a special guest, and I was like, oh shit, did I just ruin the surprise? Don't judge me. I'm a little tipsy. Anywho, Lilo is in the building, but I do want to say again, shout out to Gemini Films. I know with the episode 6 of Bad Boys Club Reunited, like there was a lot of like negative feedback in the comments about, excuse me, just people being ungrateful.
Hmm.
So I just want to say again, shout out to Gemini Film, shout out to the production team, shout out to Karan,
Yes, yes, yes.
just shout out to all the production teams in general, or that
Constantly
just
doing his
like
big
I
one.
would say, they do their big one and pump out the content for us to review and to watch as an audience and just enjoy it because we know that
Hmm.
this shit is not easy.
Right.
So again, like your life is not gonna end because Gemini Films didn't upload on Sunday. Like if you're that like desperate for an upload for Gemini Films, you I don't know. You need to go
Especially
outside. Right.
after, especially after him giving us free content for so long. I feel like people would just get so comfortable and they're just like,
Mm-hmm.
and I get it, like they're paying for it now, so it's different. But like, I don't know, give him a little grace. It's not like he just abandoned us, you
Right?
know, like we did.
Ungrateful motherfuckers.
Uh,
Goodness. I'm just saying.
yeah, shout out to everybody that's gonna be here. I'm really excited to talk about the show. I know we've been kind of gone for a minute, so I'm excited to be back. Um, and definitely feel free to drop, in the chat if you're here. If you have any opinions. Shout out to you guys who watch this in the playback. Shout out to Shed Pearl that's in the building. Um, Good to see you.
Being here.
Um, but yeah, we had some technical difficulties, so like we thankfully we worked through them. But yeah, we happy to be here. Um, so yeah, episode 7 of Bad Boys Reunited. How you feel, Troy?
Episode 7 was an interesting episode.
Hmm.
Um, Honestly, I would say it's a pretty good episode. I will say I feel like episode 6, in my opinion, is probably one of the better episodes. Um,
Okay.
Anywho, this is about episode 7. Episode 7. I wish I was bilingual, not bisexual, so that I could say
Proud
episode 7 in Spanish and in German. If I yelled it in German, that would probably startle some people.
Right.
Anywho, episode 7, it was a lit episode. It was good to see like the cast, like I say, interact, um, and do stuff, hang out. Um, did shake the fan. Um, I'm gonna need off the record, on the record. I'm gonna need Susan Mayer to come collect her child, cause all this white mama in this season, I'm over it.
You will
Like,
not stop. How did you feel about Not Like Us? Because I feel like that was in the essence of how you feel about people with white mouths. No shade.
see, I feel a certain way about biracials with white mamas. So let me not say white,
Well,
just
Drake is a
people in
biracial with a
general.
white mama,
Drake got a white mama,
though. Yeah.
and look what happened. He's somewhere with sexy red, shaking ass, pouting his lips. But that's always been Drake. But
Walking around with the same scars.
BBL Drizzy. Sorry, Bad Boys
Yeah.
Club season 7.
Hmm.
Yeah, this episode was pretty okay. I need people to start. It's interesting to see the growth between the 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 cast of season 7
Mm-hmm.
and certain cast members of season 8. I feel like season 7, it's like I've kind of done this before, so I don't want to do this experience again and be so ready to fight and just be bitchy.
Mm-hmm.
Season 8, on the other hand, is kind of, I've been through this, or you've been through this. Why would you want to do this experience the same way that you did?
I feel like the opposite. I feel like season 7 is like we got something to prove, or I feel
Well, let
like
me say
season
certain
7.
people, because Lilo hot. Shout out to Lilo, who will be joining us tonight, and then
Yes,
Darian is like hot.
yes.
So it's like, why would you want to?
Darian and his tantrum. I'm just like, if you have a problem with somebody, direct it at them. I feel like he be like indirect with it, and it's just like be direct. Like give give the energy who you feel like they need to give that energy. Like I don't know, but shout out to James
Is
Milton.
there
Building season
yeah,
7 is given. Okay, season 7 is given. You know they was the rowdier season for sure. I think I asked you this though. Season 7 or season 8?
season
Season
7?
7, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
season
season
7.
7. Season 7. Is there a way you could like increase the volume on your phone? Like I can
Me?
hear you, but you sound just like a low, just like.
Oh yeah, hold on one second. Let me see.
I also know that like the speaker on my phone isn't the best. Ooh, I should. Never
Am
mind.
I louder?
Can you say something else?
Something. No, I don't sound louder.
Maybe it's yeah, my volume is it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
I
This
promise
damn
we gonna get it together.
this damn phone. Anywho,
At some point we gonna get it together. But
yeah.
anyway, but
Your
yeah,
thoughts on season 7?
my thoughts on episode 7 of Bad Boys Reunited,
Episode
based
7.
on him, my film. I thought it was cool. Like I feel like I was taking the show a little too seriously, but I feel like when you look at the show from like a like I said this off camera, but like when I look at it from like a psychological standpoint, like when I look at it from like why does this person do this and why does this person feel this way, I feel like it's a lot more entertaining. Um, but yeah, I think there's a lot of subtle shit going on that I don't know. I just think it's really funny. But this episode was cool. I think Tynell is a key. I wish this was Tynell from season 7. He's a key. He's super funny, super just like yeah, just funny. Like, and I don't even feel like he be trying. Like, and I just feel like he has a lot of personality. So I'm glad that he was on this season. Um, him going to sleep in that full winter coat is still sending me. I will not forget about that. Him being in that damn bed in that full winter jacket. I was like, that is very Boston of you,
Yes,
sir.
Tynell is a
Actually,
key.
very B-more of you, to be honest. But yes, also very Boston of you. But yes, he's my favorite right now. I think he's hilarious. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm excited to talk to Lilo just because I want to know more of like how he was feeling in the house and like what led to his, you know, his like I guess trying to put all the other boys trying to start shit. I guess like I just want to know like why he chose to go that route. But it was interesting. You know, of course Darian is gonna be in a toxic ass situation with somebody. That's a given. Um, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent episode. I want to see them do more shit. To be honest, like I want to see them go camping or have a snowball fight, have a competition to see who can build the best
Baby, I
snowman or
told
some
you,
shit.
drop their ass
You
off in the middle of nowhere and have them try to find their way back home.
know, that. Who do you think would find their way back home though?
Probably Diego, since he's been in the army.
Okay, I was gonna say Diego as well.
The least likely, probably my girl Tip Woods. So I go up for Tynell, but
Honestly, I would say Darian. I think Darian would have the hardest time, especially if they can't help each other. It's gonna be Darian for sure.
no shade. Darian might just become a cannibal and he'll be fine.
It's not a cannibal. not
Like,
like his dom and shit.
please, he might just become accountable, or he might just go attack a bear and skin a bear. I don't know. He might eat the. I don't know. Darian will find. Darian will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Darian will be okay.
Okay.
So, um,
Interesting.
mm.
You think he gonna do whatever it takes to. But do we want to get into the episode? Definitely feel free to.
Yes, let's get into episode. Question: do
Do
you know
you
how
know
to
how to
pronounce?
pronounce? Yes, can't wait to ask
Yes,
you.
Lilo is in the building. Thank
Yes.
you. Oop, I heard an echo. Do you
Maybe I'm.
hear? Do you hear an echo?
No, I don't hear echoes.
Ooh, StreamYard be fucking trying it.
Maybe if I turn my hold on. Maybe if I turn my volume down, it'll be less of an echo.
StreamYard really be trying it.
Do you still hear the echo?
I can
One, two,
still.
three, four, five,
Yeah,
six, seven, eight.
I can still hear it. You know what? Let me.
We're definitely still dealing with these technical difficulties.
StreamYard and that bullshit.
I don't know what the T is,
Okay,
but
it's
yeah,
gone.
okay.
But my question before StreamYard was on that, the camera got on that bullshit. Do you know how to pronounce the title of this episode? Is it Choa's?
I think we're supposed to be chaos and costumes, but I think they spelled it wrong.
Okay,
I think
chaos.
that's what it's supposed to
Baby,
be.
that damn apostrophe fucked me up. I'm like, what?
I was looking at it earlier. I was like, I think that's supposed to be chaos, but we gonna
Okay,
let it ride.
chaos.
Yes, chaos and costumes.
Okay.
And you
That
know,
makes a
Lilo was
lot
in
more
that.
sense. I'm mad I didn't ask you before we went live, but hey, it is what it is.
Lilo was in that jail shit, that jail onesie, giving jailhouse trade. I said, what did he say to Darian? Something about like, oh, you gotta. I guess he was trying to choose between who he was gonna make out with, and he was like, "Oh, it's gonna be you. You better come to me." Like I was like, "Damn, does he have a choice?" Like,
It
okay,
is. It is. Bad Boys Club Reunited, Chaos and Costumes, season 1, episode 7. I'm sorry, Choa's is gonna sue me for the rest of the fucking night. Cause I was reading the title this morning, like maybe it's just my mind is just rattled, but okay, Chaos and Costumes.
yeah,
So episode 7 kicks off where episode 6 left off. Tynell and Justin are having a much needed reconciliation. They make amends. I thought that this was dope because I feel like this is what the show's about: growth, putting the past
yeah,
behind. Y'all are living under the same roof, so it's got to be awkward, like having to, I guess, coexist but not really interact with each other. So I thought it was dope that they could squash it. I also thought that it was really interesting, and shout out to Justin for, I guess, being the bigger person, pulling Tynell to the side, and being receptive to what Tynell had to say, and just being like I just said, being the bigger person, extending the olive branch to make a man. So I thought that that was dope. Um, Growth, baby. Love to see it. And it's crazy because I feel like episode 6 was um based on a lot of this, like, substance growth and maturity, and a lot of people's like, oh, this is boring. It's like, well, this is what the show is about. Of course you want to see like bad boys fighting and turned up, but you also want to see them grow. Like, you
right,
can't be a bad boy forever, baby.
right.
Like,
I thought like, and I should have said this in my general thoughts, but I feel like they needed some sort of direction. Like I feel like, especially since this show is modeled after Bad Girls Club, and I feel like one of the reasons why Bad Girls Club isn't a thing anymore is because it was just the same shit over and over again. And I feel like they needed some sort of direction or some sort of focus. Like I know in the earlier seasons they had like a job. Like if you
yeah,
couldn't keep that job, you got kicked out. So I feel like they just needed something to like guide them. Like it would be cool if they had like a life coach, or if not life coach Laura, not her, but if they had some sort of life
life coach
coach,
Laura or life coach Dwight.
I'm gonna say say like Coach Dwight because he didn't do too bad of a job on this show. Now, if you talk about another show, I don't know, but he didn't do too bad of a job. So I would say Dwight. They need a black gay man to lead them, but yeah, they just need something. Like even if they're like doing like they're in the wilderness, of course they're like in a cabin. So like even if they kind of like had like team like challenges or something. Like they just need something to do because we keep talking about the cycle of like humping and thumping, and I just feel like to disrupt that, they just need something to do because if not, they're just gonna keep doing that over and over again. In my opinion,
I'm sorry, I'm not hoping that thumping, but yes, that's a large fucking just
that's a large bit of it. Um,
yes
and
of
shout out to
the show.
James Milton. I just wanted to highlight what he had to say. He said Tynell should have never apologized. Like these boys need to realize we here to do a job and give a good show. Justin just in his feelings too much. That's why New York made TV. Yes, I will agree with you, James, because honestly, like when they sat down, I was like, what is the point of this? And even when Justin attacked, when he attacked Tynell, I was just like, you're attacking him over some bullshit he said online. I feel like to me it's weird because I feel like everybody always walks around like, okay, I'm that bitch, I'm that bitch, I'm that bitch. But the second somebody says something to sub you or like slight you, you want to fight them, and it's just like I don't know. I would think that bad boys on this show would have thicker skin, and they wouldn't be so quick to like fight over some like bullshit. Because I feel like for me, when they said that Tanya was talking shit, I felt like it was more so just like, okay, like you talking your shit, like it is what it is. But if you really have an issue with me, we can handle it. But like, it just seemed like the stuff that he was saying was very frivolous, and I feel like Justin never approached other people like that. So to me, it just seemed like, what's the real issue? Like, why can't you just let the petty stuff that he said go? Like, unless he said something that like was super disrespectful or like super personal, it's super like, okay, nah, I can't let this go. It just seemed like a lot of petty stuff, and it's like you want to fight him for no reason. But that's my opinion. Um, what's your take on that?
I basically I agree. I said the same thing that Justin was mad. I feel like in my opinion, Justin was mad over some petty crap. Um,
Mm,
to me, it's just like the Facebook post. I felt like it was petty, but to each his own. Like I wouldn't react like that. I just would have paid it. But
yeah,
like I said, it was good to see them make amends, um, take a shot, and they just squashed it. Like you said, Tynell is a fucking key. The Boston accent is
they said that's the pot calling the kettle black. I feel like Tynell didn't want to fight him though. Like they were talking their shit back and forth, but that's another thing that like I feel like on this show they don't fully like get is like you can have a verbal back and forth without fighting. Like I feel like it doesn't always need to go to like physical violence. And I feel like maybe with this situation, it could have just been a back and forth. Y'all could have read each other back and forth and just left it at that. But because like there's always that like okay, well let's just fight. I feel like that's where it went, where it didn't need to go that way. But they both did, talk their shit though. So I understand that.
hmm. Okay, so I know for a fact. Well, I'm not gonna say I know for a fact. Shout out to Case for being in the building. Case Son, who the fuck is Case Son? That's
I
it.
was,
We
that
gonna
was
talk about
me.
that baby. The
I
girls
said,
is
"Oh,
ghetto.
y'all real locked in. He calling you
They know
K
each other
Song?
biblically, baby. It's crazy
Oh
how
yeah.
Darian knows all these men biblically. Modern Mary Magdalene, baby.
Ooh, it's
No
so
shade.
funny. And you know what's so
Um,
funny? What's even funnier is I feel like that's something that specifically Darian would do is
it,
call you by your government after y'all then reached a new romantic level in y'all relationship. I'm like, who is K Son? Like,
yeah.
okay,
Darian loves calling them by their government. Remember, he was like Kareem. He was like, "Who the fuck is Kareem?"
right? I was
I'm like,
like,
"We know mods,
nah.
baby." Yeah, Darian knows all these young men biblically, and
Hey,
I wonder
that's how
if
you
that's
live.
like Is Darian giving like a Coven tea?
Cousin.
American Horror Story Coven? Like, not
You
Supreme, but
you mean old girl from that has the
not
short
Hot
hair?
Box. Nah,
Okay.
not Hot Box. Nah, I'm just saying it might be kind of giving um
I
Coven.
feel like Darian has a type, and Darian, the type that Darian likes is not a relationship. It's not sustainable. So I feel like he just keeps going to like different people because like the type that he likes and like the way that he likes to like flirt and like get into like that space is not conducive. Like you can't keep like getting into like situations with people and then starting arguments and starting issues with them and then expect for it to be sustainable. So I feel like that's what he's doing. And it's like, okay, obviously it's not working out, but he just goes to the next person instead of figuring out what it's gonna take to like make a sustainable relationship. Maybe that's not what he even wants. I don't know. But you said it's some witchcraft at play there. I don't know, maybe.
I, I can second that motion. I won't say witchcraft, but definitely Coven. He cast spells on melanated men. Choa.
Is that not witchcraft? I'm sorry.
That's well, I ain't gonna say he dabbles or practices witchcraft, but he gives. Let me just say witch teas, Coven teas.
Okay.
Um, that's just what season 8 and season 9 has said to me. Anywho, Chanel,
They
Justin
say
McMins, Tip Woods is
you're
in the
trying to get
motherfucking
away.
building. Um, Tynell is in this confessional with this damn scarf on his head, and it's giving
Bro,
the mother Russia tea.
bro. You know what it's kind of giving? It's giving.
What?
He needs to tie it to give him the Russia T. It's kind of giving. It's giving Lotto in that damn music video. The Sunday Service remix. Like that's what it's giving. Like when people just put like a little rap on their head. I was here for it. I know
Not
just for me.
Lotto.
I don't know. There's something about him. I feel like he's just, especially since like Lilo and like a couple of other people, it's like they clearly want to like have a personality and like leave a mark on this show, but like they're not really doing anything. And I just feel like he has a natural like charisma and like he's just naturally funny. So I feel like that's why he's my favorite.
I agree. But like I said off camera, um, well, let me say before we start this live, excuse me. I'm glad that we're getting this Tynell and this version of like Lilo because they're really getting a chance to like redeem themselves. Like Tynell season 7, and honestly, no shade, Lilo season 7, I was like, I
Yeah,
just could not.
it's just too
But
many.
I feel like because they're away from the other Boston boys, the Beantown boys, I feel like they can be more free and not so guarded. So
Right?
they could be single, sexy, and free. Shout out to my girl Maya.
Single six three.
But yeah, they could
Yeah.
just be themselves and not be so hostile and guarded. So I'm living for Tynell this season. Um, I just need Tynell to pull out that 2-piece that he vogued in season 7 before he leaves this house season 9. That's all I need.
You know what I've been saying for like the past, like literally since I watched it, and it's stuck in my head. Hey, ladies! And if you follow us on Instagram, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yes, that just sends me like he's just so naturally funny to me. But yeah, I think I just want to see more. I want to learn more about these men, and I want to know like where they come from and like how they relate to each other. I just feel like we keep talking about it over and over again. We probably sound like broken records, but like it's just like a cycle of like humping and thumping over and over again, and I'm just getting kind of bored of that. Like I want to see just how they relate to each other on a non-violent, non-sexual way, you know. And I did like the scene between Marquise and
Diego.
Diego. I thought that was cool. We learned about Diego and like how his house burned down and how he doesn't really have like a close. His family, his parents are still in Mexico. I think I don't know where his like siblings are in the U.S., but like he doesn't really have a lot of family here. So I was just like, that's interesting, and especially like opening up to somebody that you recently fought, and like just being so willing to talk to them and like being able to like open up to them, I thought was cool.
Well, they fought and made out, so you kind of have no choice but to open up to him.
Uh,
So
true,
it
true. And
is.
yeah,
Opened up to him, then he opened up to him. My goodness.
he said he was there with open arms, and I
Open
said,
legs.
"Open what else?"
I
Like,
was just like, okay, New York. My
I said, "What else is
goodness.
open?"
A
But
fool.
yeah,
But, yes, I'm living for Tynell.
how did you feel about, not to backtrack, but how did you feel about the little session they had in the little theater where they talked about like the things they wanted to work on from their season, like how
I
they
thought that that
actually.
was another really interesting. I thought that I really like that scene because it's again it's them bonding, it's them being vulnerable, and it's them kind of talking about. It also showed accountability. So let me start there first.
Right.
It shows like I did something fucked up. I could hold myself accountable for my fuck up, and I'm here to better myself so I don't make the same mistake again. So that's kind of how I took the game. I really liked it. Um, Maybe they were dressed, they were drinking. Like it's just crazy to me that people just were so upset with like just watching them literally just talk about growth and maturing and just a lot of self awareness and self realization. Like people in the comments were like so angry episode 6, and I really don't understand why, but I enjoyed the game.
Mm.
Also, let us know in the comments. 'Cause I feel like me and Damon are just like so back
Yes.
and forth and are like
I highlight a
talking about the
comment.
show. So let us know in the comments how y'all feel about Bad Boys Club Reunited.
It said,
Do y'all have a
um,
favorite, least favorite? Let us know.
yes, it says. He said, because it was done to us, so I don't get why when we do it, it's a problem. People got to be in their feelings. It ain't fair. I respect your opinion, though. Thank you for respecting our opinions. But I don't know. I just feel like it's a little
Ooh, you calling him
different.
K-Sign.
Ooh,
You calling him K-Sign.
that's
You
his
know him?
name. I don't know him. I don't know him like Gary know him. That's, I want to let that be known. I've never met this man, but yes, as the name states on his profile, um, I'm glad you. I thank you for respecting our opinion. We respect yours as well. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like after the whole fight, I feel like the fight didn't need to happen, but like for entertainment sake, for show's sake, I get why the four the fatal four way happened. But outside of that, I feel like again, like I just feel like the older we get, the more the shit talking doesn't really matter, and I just feel like for me personally, I feel like Justin wanted to come at Tynell for talking shit online, where he couldn't even really like say exactly what hurt him like that. Like I just feel like it was just kind of like trivial to me. But I'm glad they were able to talk. I feel like both sides were doing the back and forth, but to me it's just like it's just words. Like I don't feel like anybody said anything about anybody's families or anybody like anything personal, anything deep, anything like anything racial or anything like that. So to me it's just kind of like
Now that
it's
I think
it's
about it, and I'm gonna be
straightforward.
a little bit messy, I
Mm-hmm.
wish Justin and Tynell gave Smiley and Mariah from last season of Baddies. Somebody should have been obsessed with each other. Somebody should have went and fought somebody's sibling. Somebody should have
Yes,
snatched somebody's chain.
yes,
And
yes,
then they should have came to this house together, and it just should have been chaos. And
yes.
then they
I
should
would
have
say
sat
that.
down and been like, you know,
And
it's
then get
whatever.
money
I don't
together.
have no problem too. But somebody that Justin and Tynell should have gave Smiley and Mariah Lynn.
I'm here for it.
Definitely should have gave
Smiley, Mariah Lynn.
single white.
I don't know who Smiley is, but Mariah Lynn I know is a kid. But yeah, do we want to move on to the next scene?
Babies. Yes. Moving along to see episode 2. Not my. Oh, okay.
And
So
let
you
us know how y'all felt about these
Playboy.
episodes. I know people were in the comments like some were happy, some were not happy. So like, let us know how y'all felt about how entertaining these past few episodes have been.
Also, let us know in the
Be
comments.
paying for it.
Damon asked me earlier if y'all watched season 7 or if y'all watched season 8. Let us know which season you prefer.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
but also let us know that if you could cast your own fantasy Bad Boys Club, I guess celebrities included,
You love that
previous
shit,
Bad
man.
Boys included. who would y'all put in the house? How many people would y'all put in the house, and who would y'all select to be in
Yeah.
in y'all Bad Boys Clubhouse, in your BBC house? No,
Yeah.
this is fine.
I think you need to spell that out because I feel like that's gonna give a different impression. That's gonna give a different. You might be communicating something different to some people.
Bad Boys Club. I get your drift. Well, I was thinking
Mhm.
actually that British Columbia, that channel BBC.
Yes. What is it? British Broadcasting
Yes,
Company or
British
something?
Broadcasting
Yes.
Channel. Put that show on that. That's BBC, the real BBC. Well, not the real. Anywho, I'm the real man. The boys go out to dinner.
Yes.
They go to a Mexican restaurant full of white people,
This was the key.
and
This is the key because you know I love white people that don't know how to mind their own business. I live.
as I said, yes, I'm here for it. Kind of
When
reminds
they
me of deep cut. When I came to Chicago and that white woman hit that hard U-turn because we were walking behind her. This is what this scene reminded me of.
okay, I'm trying to think.
We were, I think, on our way to Dispensary 33, and that we were walking behind that white lady. She saw us behind her, and she literally stopped in her tracks because she didn't want to interact with us. Like, I guess we spooked her.
Okay, these white people were more into it though. I feel like they wanted to interact with these people and let us know, Case, if you're still here, Lula, if you're still here. Did they interact with y'all? Because it seemed like they was keen on,
They
just having
was
some color in their town.
probably
Um,
conservative white people next to a table full of rowdy gay men. Like, they probably had never seen something so.
they seemed kind of not interested, but they just seemed like they were they were into it. I think because they
Somebody
were
should
just like,
have
"What's
got up
going
and
on?"
made it clap. That would have really set up.
Maybe,
If somebody had got up
maybe
and clapped it, if somebody got up and clapped it, and the crowd, the room was fucking with it, that's how we would have known. Like,
that's how you know.
that's how
Vibe
you know.
check, make it clap.
That's how
Let's
you
see what
know
the
somebody should
vibes
have got up and
are.
clapped it.
Yes.
But
Um,
the boys go to a Mexican restaurant, baby. You know I love Mexican food. It's
yes,
like one of
my
my
favorite food.
favorite foods.
Yes.
So I was excited for the scene, love the scene. The even got more even excited when the host or the waitress or the waiter brought out those big ass goddamn tank
I need
of
one of
liquor.
those.
I said, "Oh
Yes,
my gosh,
I
y'all
need one.
crazy!" Because I would have Ubered there and got so fucking toe up. And somebody
Mm,
was like, "We pregame before we got here." I'm like, "Not y'all drinking and driving, baby. Not in a white man's land.
yeah,
Y'all
I
drinking and
said.
driving." Child, luckily y'all got there safely.
I don't think
Y'all
Lilo
got
was
home
driving though.
safely. But I feel like somebody sober had drove. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
hopefully,
shout
hopefully
out to that. But
production drove because that's
yeah,
really who should be
they
driving.
brought out them fucking tanks of liquor,
Yeah,
baby. I need to go to a restaurant that serves that. And
yes,
I wonder if they bring it out for the whole table or if it's like it's probably for the whole table because I don't know how drunk you would get just going through that whole
I think it's like those like
capsule.
you know how you can get like bottomless mimosas for the table,
Yeah,
like and everybody just splits it at the end. I feel like that's probably what this was. Because that was way too much to drink for one person. That would have somebody fucked up, depending on how
definitely. Like,
strong
damn,
it was.
I really
Yeah.
want to try one of those goddamn like I don't even know what you would call it. Like, Case, if you're still in the building, what is y'all like? What was the name of that on the menu if you remember?
Yeah,
Because I
I'm
want one.
curious.
I actually want two. Um,
Not too.
yeah, boys go to a Mexican restaurant. They play Never Have I Ever, and they
Mm.
realize or found out allegedly, according to case words, not mine, that Lilo is a whore. Whore. Lilo kind of loose out here. Not loose, not loose. Cause you know how you be like, oh girl, your mama. You know how you be like, oh girl, your mama. Or you be like, oh, you know how your mama be like, oh girl, you loose. Whatever Kenya Bill said.
You
Sorry,
need deep cut.
but
I'm screaming.
yeah, they found
Um,
out that Lilo is out here in these streets. And I was like, ooh. And shout out to the Mexican restaurant. Shout out to I guess the crowd being white people, like you said, just kind of rocking with them and not being so
mhm.
like standoffish. But it seems like they had a good time. It's good to see them bonding.
I
And
liked
I
everybody
don't know,
like coming
Mexican
together.
food.
Yeah,
It did
and I
seem like
like
a great good time.
yeah, I just like how, like, especially like Lilo saying like, okay, like I made up with Case, I made up with Justin. Like I feel like I'm able to like just have fun and like be around them and not be on guard, which I think is cool. I wish that we would have got like more of their like conversations. Like they was lit, so like I just wanted to know what they were talking about. Like I feel like we don't get enough of just like them hanging out and just talking. Like it's just like it's too extremes, and I just want to see like them talking about just regular shit, when they're hanging out. So I feel like we get montages of that, and I feel like I've seen like, of course, like two like shows, like two seasons of these people, but I feel like I don't fully know who these people are because we don't get those scenes, if that makes sense. Like, I'm still just like, who is Lilo? What do you do for a living? Where do you come from? What do you like to do? Like, I don't know those things, we gonna ask. But when he gets here later, but like I wish the show would tell us that. But it was a cute scene. I thought like I think it was a margarita or whatever. I thought that was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to watch people skiing as they usually do. So we
Yes.
want to talk about when they got back to the house though.
Right. And I'm also trying to, no shade to, production or anybody, but who decided to plan a vacation for these young men in the middle of a blizzard? Like, no shade. I'm not trying to be trapped in the house for a week with my aunt. Like,
No.
no.
But you figure out some conflict resolution skills, I guess.
True. I ain't trying to go
Or
for
I
fighting
might just be
fucking,
your
but
next your next
um,
little You never know. Especially in this house. The tension always end up being something else.
it,
How many times have we seen somebody fight and then make out not too long after? Because I feel like if I fight you, I'm never making out with you. Fuck that. Like we can maybe be cool, but we're never. It's never gonna be that. Like we fought. Like it's a no for me. But like here, it's like a thing. So like clearly that tension is there.
it's this younger generation. Um,
Maybe.
I I don't know, but I guess they see like our generation doing it because it
Okay.
we somebody has to lead these horrors. So like we always say, like the younger generation is watching this, so we
Yeah.
hunching and then go thump, or if we thump and then go fuck each other, it's like that's so goddamn
I
toxic.
feel like they already want to like hunt. I feel like that's the first thing. But like instead of just saying like, "Hey, I think you're cute. I want to like talk to you or whatever." It's like let me get some type of response from them. Let me find a way to get their attention. That's not a way that's gonna get me rejected. I guess. And so I feel like that's what leads to the fighting. And then after they fight, they're like, "You actually pretty cool." And then they do what they do. I guess. But I don't know the
Mm.
psychology behind it. I'm not a psychologist, but that's just my. Let us know in the chat how y'all feel about that situation. Would you make out with somebody that you fought?
That's about accurate. I mean, I've never had or hooked up with anybody that I fought. Like,
No.
absolutely not. Like, running some new bottom bitch hit me in the head with a bottle. Running some new bottom bitch got a little upset, hit me in the head with a motherfucking bottle. Ain't nobody got
not
time for that.
not on a domestic piece. Not under domestic violence.
Deep
Jesus.
cut real 911, but yeah, shout out to like I said, episode 6, episode 7, there was like a lot of scenes of the cast like bonding. So
Mhm.
I thought from like the dinner scene moving forward, I knew it wasn't gonna be harmony, but I just thought it was kind of gonna be it's kind of smooth sailing for at least an episode, like one more episode. But no. Um actually let me backtrack because they go to dinner. Lilo and Tynell have their ones. They have their conversation. Lilo expresses to Tynell that he directed his comment towards Marquise, like you're boring. And Tynell's like, yeah, season 8 is boring. They didn't give. I live for Tynell. But anywho, they get to the house. I'm sorry, did you have anything, any other
No, no,
things?
you good, you
Dinner
good.
night, baby. When I see I love Mexican food, watch them smash some tacos.
Yes,
I'm having tacos for lunch tomorrow. But they
period.
get back to the house, the cast. They have a game night, costume night, game night. I'm curious to know if the cast went out shopping for like these costumes, or were the costumes like, I guess, clothing that they entered the house with? Because if
I
they
think
did
they
go
knew that
shopping
this
for
was
the
gonna
costume,
happen. I feel like they had like a like you know how I mean you don't watch this, but like RuPaul's Drag Race, they say like, oh, we're gonna do this. There's gonna be this challenge, so you got to bring this. If that makes sense.
okay.
So like I feel
See,
like
I
they
was
already
thinking
knew.
that, like, if they
Yeah,
had them pack like a costume because they had planned this, like,
yeah.
for some production had planned
I
this.
think
But
that's probably what happened.
game night, Lilo is serving Oz realness. Um, he's
Consensually.
also kind of giving Desperate Housewives realness, like a house husband that's been arrested for like fraud or some shit or scamming. I said, of all costumes in these damn cell block eight plats, you go get you a damn inmate costume. He should have got the Michael Myers costume.
He should have got the Michael Myers
That
costume.
would
The
have been
mechanic
more
shit.
befitting for
Yes.
him. The
Diggy's
blue.
mechanic One Piece. Yes. Here for it.
You love a Dickie suit. You love a Dickie's mechanic suit.
Blame our cousin.
I'm here for real. But yeah,
But yeah.
Lilo should have came dressed as Michael Myers. But Jan, what did you think of the costume party? Game
The
night.
costume party was a lot.
Also, who had the best costume in your opinion? Let us know in the comments who y'all feel had the best
I
costume.
think just as being a referee, but tagging Lilo sent me. Like I think that the irony there is what gathers me. So yes, I'll say justice. But yeah, I thought the whole situation was interesting. Of course, they played some sort of spin the bottle, make out, kiss who you want to kiss type of situation, which it's fine. This is when we get a little more into like Darian and Case where they're at in their relationship, especially since they just kind of had that little situation in the tub where they kind of it seemed like they were kind of like, okay, I like you, you like me, let's figure out what we want to do with that. I feel like this scene is where it kind of went left, and Darian strikes again. Um, I don't. Let me know how y'all feel about the situation, and Troy, let me know how you feel about the situation. I feel like, um, I feel like Darian is kind of into the toxic back and forth situation. I mean, I kind of knew that before this scene, but just the fact that like Pace, Pace was being a little rude. Don't get me wrong. He did tell Darian to be quiet, which I thought was unnecessary. But like, I feel like Darian Darian started a fight, picked a fight with Pace just so that they could like make up after. And I just feel like that's a recipe for toxicity. But let me know how you feel about that, Troy. What's going on?
I was I
I
don't know. I don't
also
want to
feel
seem
like
like
he
I'm like
thought,
bragging or like just downing Darian, but
yeah,
Darian likes attention.
yes,
He, I feel like, starts like these altercations, provokes, antagonizes because he wants like the guy he's interested in to like chase him.
true. I
Like,
can see that.
so that is in my opinion extremely toxic, and it's crazy that like the, especially like shades of Case, seeing
Mhm.
how like everything played out with like D and Maz for Darian, it's kind
Yes,
of crazy that Case wouldn't see that as a red flag and just be like, I'll cool on you, but it's just on or whatever. But I just feel like Darian does this stuff for attention. Um,
yep.
I mean, I really have no other way to put it. It's unfortunate because once you start yelling and go left, I mean, even for Case wasn't really yelling, but um, just when that argument happens, it kind of just makes everybody's mood go left. So
Right.
like we vibing, chilling, y'all start yelling and arguing. It's just like even
That's what
Keith
annoyed
said like
me.
it seems to like drag on like when they get into it, and I just really feel like it's because Darian likes the attention, and I can
Yeah.
admit like I'm Darian to a certain degree. Like,
Not the thumbs up.
it's not the thumbs up. That's shady as
Not
fuck.
thumbs up in the toxicity. And I just want to
Maybe
take
I'll
this
try it.
time to say, hey, Blue Devil Day, thank you for being
Yes, thank you for
here.
being here. And I can
Good to
throw up
see
the heart
you.
because
Yes.
Auntie is in the
He
building.
said,
That
hey,
shouts
what's
to
up,
girl Blue
nephew?
Devil Bed for being
Yes.
here.
Good to
Thank you for
see
being
you,
here.
Auntie.
But
Yes.
um I could say that I'm, I guess, Darian to a certain like degree. I will
Could you
nitpick.
elaborate?
You shady. You
I
shady
mean,
as
you
fuck.
said that
Anywho,
you are daring to understand. I personally don't identify with this.
I
If I feel like if your attention isn't on me naturally by me just being myself, then like you just not compatible, or like maybe you just want somebody else. I'm not gonna do anything to make you to like garner your attention, like because I'm gonna have to keep doing that. So it's just like I might as well just like go my separate way. But let me know how you feel.
I nitpick because I like the back and forth, but it's never gonna escalate to you get on my fucking nerves. Like it's gonna be a debate over like it was to the one point to where and it's not funny, but anytime I think about this, it's like like shouts Ronald, but we were having like this back and forth, and he was just like, "Why are we doing this?"
Well,
And I was
you
like,
have to argue for sport, essentially.
kind of. But he was like, "Why are we doing this?" And I kind of didn't have a rebuttal. I'm wow, like so. Anywho, I guess I'm kind of Darian in like that aspect, but it doesn't escalate to like us like yelling or arguing and shit like that. But I just
Yeah,
said Darian likes the attention. It's unfortunate because it dampers the mood for the rest of the cast members.
true.
Um, but it
See,
seemed
for
like to
me,
have bounced back, or the energy seems to have bounced back like immediately following that because Lilo had to make out with Darian. Not had to. Lilo
I
chose to
mean,
make
had
out
to. It
with
seemed like he had to.
Darian
No shade.
Case. I said Lilo messy as hell. And this damn jumpsuit, baby.
Lilo said he wants to start some shit, so there you go.
Lilo did say he wants to wake it up. Now imagine if somebody had got so drunk that they passed out and woke up and saw Lilo in that jumpsuit and thought an inmate had broken into their house.
Yeah, it's not in the same
Goodness,
time.
baby. In the middle of no fucking
Um,
where, and it's an inmate inside your house.
I agree with what you said. Like, I think to me, I feel like Darian definitely wanted the attention. I feel like he was trying to test Tayson, his new name. I feel like he was trying to test him to like see like if he was gonna get jealous from like making out with Lilo. And then when he wasn't, he was just like, okay, I'll make out with him too. And then on top of that, like Lilo was like, oh, Case is a better kisser. I feel like that sent Darian into like a spiral, and he just got like very irritated about it. And it was just like, I mean, you played the game, you willingly played the game. Like, I don't get why you're mad that like I don't know, it turned out the way it turned out. But I feel like the number one evidence that he likes toxicity is when he was in the confessional, and someone asked him like, what did they ask him? They asked him something about like, like why are y'all getting into it? And he was like, oh, like I think he just wants to get into my pants. And so I feel like this is like his way of like this is how people are supposed to
Rationalizing.
court you. Yeah, like this is how like if a man likes you, y'all supposed to have this little back and forth, and then that's when it. So I don't know if you're listening or if you ever listen to this, Darian. Feel free to come on our platform and let us know your thoughts behind love and connection. Do you think they want to be together, or do you think they're just having fun? That's a question I was thinking
I'm
while
sorry,
watching
what
it.
was your question?
Do you think that Darian and Case want to be together? Do you think they see a potential in being together, or do you think they just want to have fun and that's
I
why
think
they're
Case wants fun. I think
okay?
Darian. I don't know if Darian wants Case or if he likes the idea of like Case chasing him. Like,
Hmm.
and it's
Okay.
Darian is kind of giving Regine Hunter a little bit. Shout out to my girl Regine Hunter, living single.
Okay.
Remember the episode? I think it was like early in the season series premiere.
Hmm.
Regine was dating this guy. He was married, and Queen Latifah told her, "You keep looking for a man to carry you." And Regine was like, "What's wrong with that? He keeps dropping your ass." This is what that's giving. Darian is chasing, looking for a guy to kind of like carry him, put on his back. I guess fireman him, if you will. Not this bitch leaving. Listen,
Now you keep dropping your ass.
it's giving that. I don't want to be like harsh on
Oh
Darian,
my
but
god.
this trait, this toxicity, has
Yeah.
to end. Like, and it's
Yeah,
unfortunate
it's a
because
cycle.
Darian is a professional, so it's kind
Yeah.
of
And to
almost
me, it's
like
crazy. Not to cut you
not I
off,
want
but
to
it's
bring his professional to it, but being a professional and
yeah.
being so disoriented when it comes to just social. What's the fucking word I'm looking for? Social um
It's romance.
interactions.
Romance.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ, Troy. Social interactions. Like, it's just crazy to see like his lack of accountability, and
Mm-hmm.
it just kind of makes me wonder: is this how he is when he's like working and suited and booted up, or like I just
I don't know. I don't think
it's
so. I think he's probably a professional just because I feel like navigating a professional like
it
a,
is.
a professional space is different from navigating like romance, I think. And 9 times out of 10, you're probably not drunk at work. You're probably not smoking. You're not under the like. You're not in that like. This is such a like. I don't know. This is such a different scenario that I could see him being at work and like having being on his p's and q's because like
Yeah,
that's what the situation calls for. But I don't
I
know.
get
I just
that,
think
but this being like his second season, like
yeah.
it's like, damn, are
And
you
he had the
always
nerve to
this?
say, what did he say? He said something about how once Lilo and Justice started fighting, he was like, "Oh, I thought we were changing. I thought we were growing as people." And I'm like, "No shade, but you're not growing. Like, I mean, you're kind of doing the same thing, which is fine, but like, don't try to make them feel a type of way for not growing when you're also in a similar situation that you were in, like on your season." So, um, I don't know. I feel like he just likes I feel like this is how he feels relationships should go, and like this is how like but I feel like it's toxic. Like looking from the outside in, it's getting toxic. But let us know in the chat how y'all feel about situations
Yeah,
like
because like you said, we're not therapists or
no psychologist, relationship
psychiatrists,
expert.
psychologists.
Hmm.
We don't dabble in any of that. But it's just crazy that Homeboy has a huge lack of like accountability. Like,
Right.
so it's
True.
really big disconnect for a really big disconnect for Darian for me. But
Right.
Lilo has to make out with Darian and Case. They get into it.
I mean, I
Diego's in
kind
the
of believe
comments
that
for
he's good at like kissing because like Lilo was kissing with his whole with everything. I said, okay,
it
this
is
is interesting. But yeah, I was like, he putting all his effort into that.
messy, 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 messy. So Justice is even messier because Justice gave Lilo the dare. He said, "You gotta
Mhm.
kiss two people that you find attractive, but it can't be me." And Lilo was gathering. It was
It's
like, "It
not
can't
it
be
can't
you."
be me.
Bitch, what you mean it can't be you?
Well, that's easy. He clearly finds Justice attractive, so he can't choose Justice because that would be an easy one. It's like
It's
when
crazy.
it's
Justice
like
is
when Lilo told Darian like you gotta mush somebody that annoys you. If you're gonna be messy and start a fight, I would have said you can't choose Case because obviously you're gonna choose Case and Case is gonna let you do it. But like I feel like it's the same type of vibe.
okay. I can see that. I can see that. But I would definitely say that Tynell is pulling Justice, and Justice is pulling Lilo. Because when you go from one
Okay,
to have intercourse with this man,
true.
mad over who was gonna be the top, like that's still crazy to me. But went from
Is
what
that
the
what they were fighting over?
get it
Who was
on with
gonna be
this
the top?
man to getting it on with this man, like
Oh,
interesting. But like I said, Justice was messy as fuck for getting him Lilo there. And then I don't know where it fucking went I don't know where it went left.
Yeah.
I know where it went left. Tiff
Let us
Woods.
know.
I need to know who Tiff Woods was on the phone with during this whole before Lilo and Justice fought. I
Who's
feel
on
like Tiff Woods was on the phone with one of her niggas.
Ooh, probably his ex, the one that he got Garrett to call the first episode. That's probably his ex.
Oh my gosh. So I guess I'm not sure how we get to hold on, because Patreon is playing me right now. No Shade, Case, and Darian are talking, and I'm just gonna say I don't want to sound biased, but any scene involving Darian, I'm just gonna fast forward through. I just don't have time for that negativity.
Can we talk about how Darian flat out lied about not seeing Case's like hand to give him a high five?
Mm-hmm.
Like literally stared dead at him in the hand, talking about something. I didn't see your hand. Like, why would you lie when you're being recorded? That doesn't make any sense to me. But
So
yeah.
I'm just gonna skip right through Darian's scenes. I guess Darian and Case are making up somehow in the midst of that. Lilo slaps Justice, and it's a real slap.
This is what confused me. How did we get here? Like, how did we get to like Darian and Case having their whole situation basically ruin the whole party? Um, and then because of Darian's tantrum, and then now we get to Lilo and Justice fighting. So when Lilo gets here, I want to know like what was the
This
why
was the highlight of the episode. So should we bring Lilo on so he could talk about
you know what? Yes,
he could talk about this
let
fight?
me
Cause it's sending me that he was in this house rumbling in this damn inmate jumpsuit. And Justice is just like a referee, so he's the person technically who's supposed to stop the fights and break the fights up.
Right.
I said this fight is just the key.
Yeah, I did not understand.
Justice should have took his socks off so he could have had a grip.
Yes.
Goodness, end up banging on well floors, baby.
Don't let your feet slip.
Also, I
let
can
no
appreciate the fact that there was no hair pulling in this fight. Nothing but hands were strong, baby.
He could have pulled his flat.
Straight hands were strong. Well, I think Justice's hair is long enough to be. Well, if you wanted to get to it, you could definitely yank it. But I can appreciate that. Straight up hands are strong. It was just straight hands strong. So shout out to that.
Yes, I could see that.
Baby, you know I love a good cat fight.
Not a cat fight. I just hate the fighting to like. I just hate the like fighting to like or the like romance of fighting situation. I just feel like that's unnecessary. Y'all mess around, you can't give him the benefit of the doubt. Y'all gotta squabble. How did you feel about the fight though? No thoughts? No notes?
How many baby Diego, is that a corona?
How did you
before they even get into the fight? Tiff Woods, like I said, Tiff Woods on the stairs. Yeah.
coaching him through
it. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
A key.
Thank y'all so much for bearing with us on this Ghetto Live. I thought we should change our name to Ghetto Live.
Wait, what'd you say?
We should change our name to Ghetto Live. I said thank you for bearing with me on these ghetto ass lives. Okay, I see Lilo's in the building.
Yes.
Can you give me a thumbs up when you're ready?
In the building.
If you can hear me. Okay, you got thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, what's up?
Okay. Hey y'all, what's going on?
Lilo,
what's going on, Lilo?
No, just say first and foremost. I don't know if you've been watching the reviews, so I will say that I have been enjoying you this season. Season 7, my foot was kind of on your neck. So I just kind of want to say I do like the growth. And before the fight, before you tussle with Justin, those 7, 8 rounds. So I can appreciate the growth and the maturity that
Yeah.
you shown versus season 7. So yeah, shout out to you for coming in, handling your one with case, getting that out the way,
Yes.
and just vibing. Um, shout out to that.
So my initial
Thank
question
you.
is, well, one, how is your night going? How are you feeling with the vibes?
I'm doing good. Like things is going good. I just moved into my new apartment and stuff, so I've really been busy with that and shit. But I'm doing good for the most part. How are you guys?
We're we have a lot of chaos energy going on. I don't know, like just watching this platform. I don't know if you know that, but yeah, we always have chaotic energy. But I'm feeling good. Troy, how are you feeling?
Wait, you asked me?
Troy, can you hear me?
I'm sorry, what you say?
How are you feeling? He asked us how we were feeling.
Yeah, like
I'm sorry. I'm
Straight in there, TM.
oh, yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry. So I'm feeling good. Little, I'm
good.
vibing.
Okay.
Let me say, excited for this interview.
yeah.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Okay. Well, I just want to start off by saying, like, what got you into like? Did you grow up watching Bad Boys? Like, I know I seen it like when I was in high school, middle school. So, like, what brought you to the platform?
Okay, so how I got started with Bad Boys was Jaleel. He's one of the executive producers. He's one of my
Okay.
close friends. And we used to always key about Bad Boys, Bad Girls Club. Like, I used to watch Bad Girls Club growing up, like, forever since season 2. So I was like, always every season I was on it. But yeah, so Jaleel hit me up like, "Oh, do you want to do Bad Boys?" Like, and I'm like, "Yeah," like, cause we talked about it years ago when it was supposed to really happen, but then COVID happened. So then after COVID, that's when they hit me up again, like, "Are you still interested?" And I was like, "Put me in, like, put me on."
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So you said you're a watcher of Bad Girls Club. What's your favorite season?
Mm. I'm gonna definitely say the season with Megan, Erica, Julie.
Okay. Yes, season 9, Mexico. Yes.
Yeah, that one, the
Okay. Okay.
Mexico.
Okay.
That was T.
Do you have a favorite bad girl that you would like to meet or hang out with?
The Claremont twins. Those are my
Okay.
bitches. Those are
I
my bitches. I love them
I'm not
down.
gonna lie. I would love to see them in person. Like I would love to hang out
Yes, like
with them
what?
too.
I love them. They
Uh,
look so good.
yes. And also shout out to Bubs in the building. He said Team Lilo. Okay.
Hey, Bubs.
Hey.
Yes, bro.
Wow,
Thanks for
wow.
being here.
Okay, but so like during season 7, like what were your thoughts like kind of going into season 7? Did you feel like, okay, I'm gonna have to pop some bitches, like I want to make some friends, I want to make a voice, I want to, you know, create a relationship? Like what were your goals, I guess?
So going into season 7, I was so nervous. Like I was like, I don't know who's about to be in here. I don't know what kind of bitches they're gonna be given. I don't know who's gonna be like too much, too little bit. But when I went there, it was just like I started seeing like I seen everybody who was gonna be in the house, and I was like, oh, like this is gonna be light work because bitch, I know half of these bitches. So now I'm like sitting here like unbothered basically. Like it felt like okay, I basically came here to chill with bitches I already know. So
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of like after that, I wasn't so nervous anymore. I was more so like, oh, bitch, we got to have a good time. And I was planning on having a good time, like just fun, being fun, like I know shit was gonna go down, but I didn't think it was gonna be like us versus them. I thought it was gonna be like a mixture of everybody just arguing. So when that kind of happened, it just threw me off a little bit. But I was like, fuck it, like we already in it. So
So when you seen like people that were non-Boston coming through, like did you were like, oh, I want to get to know them, like, oh,
yes, I
who
was
are the
happy
people?
because that's what I wanted. I kind of didn't want all those Boston people there because it's like, bitch, I already know y'all. Like, what are we doing? We can't all
Right.
be here and like we just like how are we gonna like have beef if we all cool, like you know. So it's
Hmm.
just like, mm, I would have liked it if it was more like diversity.
Diversity in terms of like where people were from or like
Yeah, where people are
racially.
from, like
Okay,
yeah,
okay. What other like people would you have wanted to come to? Like New York, LA, Texas, Detroit.
yeah. Like I wanted to see like some Southern bitches, some West Coast
Okay.
bitches, like
Mhm.
because that whole West Coast East Coast type of thing. Like I just wanted to see like what the difference between us and them were, like kind of. So
Okay. That's something that I always wanted to like kind of hear y'all talk about, just like y'all differences and like where y'all are from and like I don't know, just y'all different experiences. Do y'all talk about that in this current season or in season 7 or no?
no, not
Okay.
really. I can't really recall. Honestly, we were drunk.
Mm.
I was drunk from morning to night. Like there was no time I was not drunk. And half of the time I blamed Darian because this bitch would wake me up out of my sleep
With a drink.
to drink
Oh my
in the
god.
morning, early morning. Like, girl,
What was y'all drinking?
we was drinking everything. We was drinking tequila. We was drinking vodka. We was drinking. We had like, we had the good liquor and then the little cheap liquors on the side.
Mm.
All the good liquor's gone. So after like first 3 days, the good liquor was gone. So then we just started all having to drink that nasty ass cheap liquor.
Damn.
And yeah, that's when it's just start, happening.
That's when they go left. That cheap liquor is gonna have you on some other shit. But
Yeah.
that's interesting. Okay, so like coming back from like the house, like both times, did you have to like decompress and just like drinking so much, or did you like how did you feel about like how did you acclimate back to like coming from the house?
Like after like doing this season 8, this last season, I mean.
Yeah, this last season, like how did you kind of get back to regular life?
Um, I don't know. Honestly, I felt like a bad bitch. Like it was fun. I had a good time. Like I was like, I did what I said I wanted to do. That's all I really was like like well not looking forward to, but like that's what my main reason was coming to do was like, finish that business with Case and then, if it was to happen, make up with him. In which that did happen. So I'm glad we did become friends because I actually really fuck with him now.
Okay. So speaking of case, I know season 7. Oh, do you have a question, Troy? No, no question.
I'm sorry.
Did you have a question? It seemed like you wanted
I
to say something.
well, I
I know you got a messy question. I know you got a messy ass question. So,
What's the
well, I
question? Like, yeah,
uh,
I did want to ask Lilo. So okay, you said you made up with Case. Shout out to that. So your issue with Case, the tension with Case, was it? Did you really dislike him, or was it sexual?
that's a good question.
like when
Season 7.
season 7 at first.
Cause y'all had that makeout session. Y'all was going
The
Yeah,
in.
and
thing
then it
is,
went
it was
back to
very
be.
confusing with
Mm,
Case for season 7 because we were cool, like off camera. We had times where we would talk and be cool, and then sometimes on camera, like like no, and then on camera it was just like a division, and I don't know. I don't think it was like him acting a certain way towards me. Like I mean, like acting like phony or anything. I just think like it just once everybody was around each other, the energy just shifted. And like we would end up arguing, but then I don't know if it was sexual tension. At first, maybe like when we first like met, it was like a sexual tension type of thing. But after a while, it was just like, I don't like you. That's how I was just feeling during season 7, like towards the end of it. So
okay.
yeah. Especially with the whole accusation and stuff.
Which
Okay.
brings me to my
Yeah, I have
next
it.
question.
Go ahead, Troy. Yep.
Interesting. So, how you and Case made out, and y'all y'all made out, y'all fall out. What was the timeline between you falling out with? I guess your fallout with Case, redacted. shout out to just respect for our guests. Redacted entering the house,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and you and Justin kind of having y'all thing going on.
So thing is, we was all having a good time. Like that was all the first day. Me and Justin, we was already giving each other the googly eyes, on the first day. Like when we all went out the first night, and that was also during the time where Case was like, "This is the Case show," like talking his shit. So that all happened the first night. So me and Case, like that little thing me and Case had, it was not like serious. Like he looked good, so it was like fuck it, like you in my face, I'm in yours. But
Yeah.
we didn't have an issue. So when it first was happening, I was confused. Like why is he in my face, like trying me? But like, is he dead ass because he's grabbing on my arms and I'm against this wall, drunk as fuck, like confused. So
Hmm.
then that shit like got out of hand, and that's when we were like, all right, bitches don't like him. Like we're in the car, him and Rocky arguing, and while they're arguing, me and Justin like looking at each other, like smirking at each other, talking a little bit while they're sitting there arguing. Y'all could probably peep it in the clip too, but I don't know, but yeah, it was like me and Justin were kind of like always had a little thing for each other since that first day. So yeah.
If
Ooh.
I'm not mistaken, on your way to the club, was Rocky sitting on somebody's lap? I think somebody was lapped up in the back seat during the argument.
Someone was lapped up. Someone was sitting on Justin's lap. I can't remember if it was Rocky or Case. I think it was Case though.
Okay, and was
Mm.
was Rocky on your lap?
No, we was squished in that back, so maybe I can't remember. I felt like he was next to us because maybe he was on my lap, and then I was just looking at Justin in Case from over there. So yeah, maybe
Okay,
I gotta look back. No shade.
okay. First night.
Okay.
That's
The first night, I'm sure, was a blur, especially with the alcohol. It was years ago. I'm sure that was a lot. But
Mhm.
I know you said you were looking at Justin. Y'all were kind of making goofy eyes at each other. And then later, like y'all kind of get into like a little situation. And then you addressed it in season 8 too, or like season this reunited season. But do you kind of want to give more context just to like what was happening that night? Like I know like you were touching on him. He was awake. Maybe he fell asleep, and then like
Mhm.
it just seemed like kind of like a miscommunication. But do you just want to give more
Yes, I would
context?
love to clear this up and give you
Yeah.
guys the full actual story. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So this was the night that Steven and Calvin fought. That same night.
Mm.
Cameras off, the fight has already happened. Boom. Calvin, no. While they're fighting, towards the end of their fight, I'm paying their fight. I think I was too drunk. I was like not even really focused on their fight. So I'm in the room with Justin. Me and him, we're just chatting, like getting to know each other a little more, like doing like just chatting and like flirting and stuff, doing little, gay shit. Little gay shit. Not too much.
Little gay shit, not big gay shit.
But yeah, so then while we're talking, Calvin comes in and he changes his clothes because he was just fighting. So I guess he was changing out the clothes he was fighting in and getting to something else. So I'm like, okay, we were just paying him, like still talking. He goes back out. No, he stays in now and he gets on the bed with us. So when he gets on the bed, I get on like one end of the bed, Justin's in the middle, and then Kevin's on the other end. But we're all like just chilling, like talking and stuff now, because this is when we were all was cool and stuff. So we're all chilling and talking. Then some of the production comes in. They're at the end of the bed, and now it's like five of us in there just chatting. While that's happening, I'm rubbing on Justin. Like I'm rubbing on his ass. Like I'm just touching on him a little bit while we're all talking. He's laying down. Everyone just got in the room. We were all just chatting. I was rubbing on him. Boom. Now he's laying down and his eyes is closed. So they want to say he's sleeping. Okay. After 5 minutes after we were all just having a conversation, he fell asleep that quick. But I mean, he could have because we were drinking. You know, I don't want to. I don't know. But I was rubbing on him for a while now. Like we was just already having our thing going on. So then while we're all talking, Case comes in, and when Case comes in, he comes and he jumps like on the bed, but like on top of Calvin and Justin, and then I'm like, since I'm on the other end of the bed, and when I seen Case come in, I'm like, "Ooh, let me stop touching on him because I know him and Justin were like kind of like feeling each other a little bit. So I'm like, "Ooh, let me cut that out because me and Case already got something going on between us. Like we not cool, but we not like beefing. So it was just like a weird energy. So I just cut that out. He came in, hugged on them. So I'm thinking like, okay, they're chilling. Then he tries to get in between me and Justin. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, let me leave because, bitch, I don't got time for this shit. Like, I'm drunk. I was having a good time. Bitch, we was all chatting. Now he's coming and doing all this. Let me go because I'm going to get aggravated. And I didn't want to get aggravated. So I walked out, said, I was just like, everybody seen like my face when I walked out. So they're like, what happened? What happened? Everybody runs into the room. And they're like, what happened? Why is Lilo mad? So now that causes a whole thing with Case, and Case is like, what is he talking about? Like, oh no. Before all of that happened, me and Case started going into it because I'm like, all right, bitch, you're doing too much. Like when he jumped in and jumped on everybody. So now we're going back and forth. He's like, bitch, da 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 da, like calm down, da da da. I'm like, all right, whatever. Boom, left. And then that's when everybody walked in and tried to see what happened. So Case is trying to explain it to them. I go back in the room and I'm like, no, bitch, that's not what happened, da da da. And I wasn't even trying to make it a big thing. They all just started like, I was just trying to clear the air. Like I wasn't out there just running out here to talk shit about you. Nobody was talking shit. I was just aggravated. Like, so, and they seen it on my face, and that's what made them go run into the room and try to mix shit up. So, yeah, that's how that night happened.
Ooh,
The whole me having sex with everybody too after that rumor thing, I don't know
yeah, that was a
what,
lot too. Ooh.
how Calvin came up with that. No shade because he didn't even sleep in there with us. But
Because
there
y'all were
was
in like the
like
living
three
room
air
area, right?
mattresses. There was a couch. I was only sharing a air mattress with Steven. Yeah. It was,
Okay.
yeah, Steven. You could say I was doing something with Steven, but you can't say I was having a whole orgy or like doing this and that because that was never happening.
So you're putting
So,
20 on 10 essentially.
yeah.
Okay. I kind of figured that. Like, I feel like, of course, when you don't like somebody, you going to add a little extra to it. So I figured
No,
that
that
wasn't
wasn't a little. That was a lot of.
okay.
Like I don't know. I just feel like they dragged it, and I'm so like the whole fact that we had to have a whole meeting all of a sudden about it. Like it was just like too much for me
Mhm.
because I'm just saying I was confused as fuck at first when they said it because I'm like, who the fuck are they talking about? I was really trying to figure out who they were talking about, but then I'm like.
Like, this is talk
You
about
bitches
me.
just
What
talk
the
about
fuck?
me? Hold the
Like,
fuck up. Wait, y'all weren't even there when shit was going down. So
yeah.
for y'all to even act like I was doing this and that while he was like, cut it, cause that's really corny. That was corny as fuck.
So Justin was kind of like quiet during the whole situation. Like, how did you feel towards him? Did you feel like the fact that he went to sleep, you feel like, oh, he didn't really like when he was conscious, he knew what was happening, but now he's asleep, so he don't fully know. Like, how did you feel towards him?
During that time, like I was really confused because I was just like I was so focused on Calvin and Case because they were the ones doing all the rah rah about it. So it was making me mad more. I was so focused on like being mad at them. It was just like Justin was playing the back so much that I really didn't pay much attention. But then after that week of not seeing them and letting all that shit just process in my head that they were trying to do and like have my character look like, that's when I was pissed. Mind you, I was supposed to get I mean, I did get my things taken out. But I was just so mad and I knew this was probably gonna be the last time I seen them that I needed to go to that house. I didn't care that I just got my shit taken out. I needed to go see them because that was like I just feel like that was completely wrong of them to like try to, imply of me.
That you were, yeah, on some other shit. Um, so like you kind of talked to Justin about it this season. Like watching it back, like how did you feel? Because I kind of felt like it was a little weird because I feel like in the scene he was like saying like, "Oh yeah, like I totally understand where you're coming from. Like yeah, it was no weird shit." But then like in the confessional, it was kind of like you a weirdo. And so like to me, it was just kind of like Justin, what's going on? Like you telling him in the scene that it's fine, but like in the confessional, it's saying something else. So how did you feel about that?
Honestly, I don't even like. I was so confused in that moment too when I was watching the episode. I'm looking like, okay, so why are you like? I'm like, why are we still? I feel like it's like just backpedaling. Like it was kind of like bothering me because it was like, wait, this is not what happened when we were talking. And when we were talking, it was a lot different energy also. So it was like I was kind of like bothered by the confessional because it was kind of like, wait, you're not like you're not being consistent on what you're talking, like how you were feeling. And now it's like, okay, you told me this, but do you really feel like that? And I don't really know. And honestly, I feel like he kind of just like made himself like kind of not make sense in that scene. So like I feel like it kind of just proved that like I didn't do no weird shit, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's why I'm kind of not like even sweating it because I'm just like honestly, this shit happened 2 years ago too. Like y'all can keep trying to like I don't even care if y'all keep trying to claim that shit because at the end of the day, my bitches know, I know, and like people, I feel like if they know like me, they know I'm not on no weirdo shit like that. So maybe I'm on some freaky shit, but definitely when the niggas also aware about
It's
me being
consensual.
freaky with
Yeah,
them. Like, yeah, like
right.
I'm not, yeah, like come on now.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like that needed to happen just because like it really did paint you in a way that like made us feel like you were like on some weird shit. So like to see y'all had this conversation, I was like, okay, well, I'm glad that that's not what actually happened. But then to see him in the confessional, I was like, okay, wait, what is going on? So like, hopefully at some point that will get cleared up, just so that your name can be like fully vindicated. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was that was a whole crazy situation. But coming into season, this season, did you were you hesitant to do the season, or were you like, yes, I'm doing Reunited, like no question.
I was definitely hesitant. I was definitely hesitant only because I was like, I just like broke up with my nigga. Like, me and my nigga was going through it like real bad. So
Mm.
it was just like, I was I was in a space where I was just kind of like, bitch, I want to have a good time. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I don't know if I'm going to get back with my nigga. I don't know if I'm not going to get back with my nigga. Like, I don't know. I'm just here and I'm just here to, like, we going to do what we got to do. So I was also, but then, like, after a while, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. Because one, I need to see Case again. And two, I need to talk to Justin and address that situation.
Mm.
And the reason I didn't want to really fight Justin as much is because like I feel like I never really heard what he had to, how he felt about the situation or what his side. Like, I mean, clearly he was with his friends, but like I want to see like what he would actually say when it was addressed to him.
Right.
So that was another reason why I wanted to come. So like I kind of had my reasons to come in, but honestly, this was more so for me to like get my lick back. Like it wasn't more so for me to feel like like I don't know. I was just there to have a good time, like a fun time, like not to like. I feel like I have grown, but like I was still letting them bitches know that you cannot try to disrespect me, like, and you
Hmm.
bitches is not doing nothing. And I was really just bored. No shade. I was just really bored, and that's why. I'm sorry. I just had to bring this up because
No, go
it was
ahead.
just on my mind. But like, I was just really bored in our house. Like, bitches was not doing nothing. The reason why we couldn't do all of our little fun things that we had planned was because the fucking blizzard came out of fucking nowhere. And bitch, it was like 3, 4 feet tall. So it's like we had to literally have a plow service like plow the whole fucking like pull in like parking lot thing. So it was just like we couldn't do anything. So I'm like, bitch, I didn't come here to just sit in you bitches' faces and drink and watch TV and listen to music, bitch. Let's play games. Let's make it spicy. Let's make it hot. You bitches are sitting here just chatting about nothing. We could do small
Mhm.
talk another time. No shade, but I can't. Small talk is boring. Like if we're not gonna get deep about shit, then let's get not active, cause it
Mhm.
didn't have to be fighting, but drama. We're on a show. Like bitches want to watch a show, so let's give them a show.
So like, okay, so you didn't mean active as in fighting initially, but like you did kind of call out some of the like season 8 boys for not getting active or as active as season 7 was.
Yes.
So did you have like some animosity towards them? Did you want to try them? Like, what was the thought process behind that? Because I'm curious.
Honestly, I was just having fun. I was just picking on them. Well, no, not me. Not, let me not say picking on them because I'm not a bully.
I get
But
what
it
you
was
mean.
just
You
like,
were teasing them, essentially, is what you're trying to say.
yeah, I'm just like, bitch. If we're all bad boys, y'all should not let me talk to y'all like this.
Hmm.
Like, why am I able to say this and y'all just be okay with me saying that to y'all? Even though, like, I mean, I just feel like you didn't have to. You didn't have to fight me, but you could have went back and forth with me, like, bitch, what did you do? Or like, I don't know, like, pop your
Hmm.
shit too, just so like we can have a little something going on. But nobody wanted to pop their shit really, and it was just like, at that point, I was just, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just have to have a good like make this shit shake, cause I don't know.
It's
It just
better than
wasn't
nothing,
good.
I
And
guess.
plus, like, all right, I seen a comment. It said, "Did we smoke? Like, were we smoking down?" First 2, 3 days, everyone like I had my weed. Tynell had his weed. Case had his weed.
Hmm.
I don't really know who else had weed, but everybody was smoking. So I had mine. Tynell had his. Case had his. That shit ran out after 2 to 3 days. We're all the way out in New motherfucking Hampshire. We don't know no dispensaries. When we were like touring, like to go to the liquor store or go to the stores and stuff to grab little things, it looked like Sims. Like I felt like I was in a Sims, like the game. Like it looked so like fake and everything. So I was just like, okay, definitely no dispensaries out here.
Uh,
So I'm a smoker. I need to like I smoke like every day.
how
Like
much weed did you bring?
I brought 2 sevs. 2 sevs. If it
Okay.
was by myself, I probably would have been able to make it last longer, but like
Hmm.
everybody was smoking. And I'm not no weird bitch to not like, share my blinds. So
Okay,
it's just
period.
like
That's nice.
it was, yeah. So it ran out quick, and yeah, after 3, 4 days I started getting irritated with no weed. Like since
Hmm.
I'm a smoker, I can't lie. Like I be having withdrawals and I be getting mad.
Hmm.
So they got the liquor, they got no weed for me. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. And now I'm just irritable. So everything's just gonna irritate me a little more. And that kind of plays a part to like what goes on later on
Hmm. Got you.
in the
Okay.
season.
I could kind of see that. If you don't have something that you're used to, like, kind of calming you down and you're bored, like,
Yeah, and then that's another thing. We're bored. If I wasn't bored, this shit wouldn't bother me because we're doing something. We're actually like being productive.
hmm.
No, we're just sitting here arguing with each other.
Ooh. Well, you weren't just arguing. You want to talk about your situation with Justice? What kind of led to that?
Oh
When he first
yeah.
walked in, were you kind of like, oh, he cute? Like, what was the thought process behind y'all getting
Oh, but
together?
justice.
Yeah.
All right. So like I feel like I think 3 to 4 weeks before we went into the house, I was on like a live with Justice.
Mm.
And someone asked him in the live, it was like 4 of us in the live, and someone asked him like, oh, who he thought he was cute in the house or something. And he said me and Tynell. So I was like, just keying with him like, oh, you think I'm cute like that? Like, he started laughing, giggling. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm gonna see what that's about when I get to the house. So once we got to the house, I knew he wanted Tynell, and that was fine. But I also knew Tynell had a man.
Mm.
So I'm trying to help my girl out. Bitch, my girl has a man. I think he's like Justice is cute to me. Like when I first seen him, I'm like, I wasn't really paying attention to him because I was so focused on Case fighting Case at the time. But then once everything calmed down and like he was all up, I'm like, I wasn't really caring about him too much because I seen how much he was on Tynell. But then when I seen Tynell wasn't interested, I could tell like, okay, Tynell wanted me to help him get him off his body. So I'm like, he's cute anyway, so let me do that one. And that's what I did. So then I started flirting with him. And I started fucking with it a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the drinks was in me. I'm like, okay, he's goofy as fuck. Like, he's just a
Uh,
goofy, big, tall ass nigga. So I was just enjoying like the goofiness and yeah.
okay. What was the tea in the sauna? Like, how far did y'all go, if you don't mind me asking?
We was just making out. We was probably
Okay.
touching on each other too. We was definitely touching on each other. But it was no
Okay.
sucky sucky in there.
A little dry humping. Okay. Not mad
Not
at
in there.
that. Okay, so then we get to this episode. You getting a little like love triangle almost. Like, did you plan the whole situation with Darian and Case, or were you just kind of having fun and you're like, oh shit, like, because you kind of like, I don't want to say you started the issue between them, but like, you making out with both of them and then choosing Case caused the issue. Not that it's your fault, but like, did you plan that or what?
So to me personally, I just feel like in the house I was very confused on their friendship.
Situationship. Mm-hmm.
It was yeah, I wasn't really sure what it was giving, like it gave honestly in the house it gave everybody's here looking to have a good time. It
Mm-hmm.
gave boys next door. Like it was like just I thought everybody was here for a good time, not a long time type thing. So like Darian was cute. He was attractive to me. So I'm like, he got a big butt. His butt's kind of fat. So I'm like, I'm trying to see what's good with that. And I wasn't really like flirting with him because towards like day two, day three, I started really noticing that Case and Darian was heavy on it, like with each other. But it was like, let's not have a little fun though. Like we still here having like y'all are not in a relationship. Y'all are not I don't know. To me, Darian don't be seeming like he's really interested in people completely to me. So
Really?
I
Okay.
just kind of like, take it as it is. And it's like, if nobody, like, if y'all don't have a problem with it, if no one's going to say nothing about me doing it, then I'm going to do it.
Mm.
And
So
that's kind of how I'm moving.
you feel like between Case and Darian, like Case was the one that was more interested in Darian, you think, or do you think Darian was just kind of like just there for a good time, like you thought everybody else was?
Yeah. Because I think what case he take, like, when it comes to, like, people he fuck with, he take them seriously. Like if he's really planning to do something with you, like he's really planning to like really build that relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
Darian, I don't know. It just kind of, I don't know. Like it just, I didn't. I felt like I couldn't tell what was genuine and what was not genuine about if he was actually attracted to like what him and Case were doing. I don't know. It just, but then again, it was real. It was a lot going on, and I don't know if I should just like.
There's
It
some
was a
stuff
lot
to
going
come.
on because there was other pieces to the
Okay.
love
I
stuff.
know
So like
Justin ended up in there too. It's the whole situation, apparently.
that's for them to speak about, and for me to mind my business on that part. And
Fair,
that's
fair,
just
fair,
all
fair.
I was saying. No
That's
shade.
real. Okay, so like after that whole situation happened, you get into it with Justice, but like I don't know what was going on with the episode. I watched it twice, but like it just seemed like it cut to like y'all beefing, and I'm like, where did this come from? Like, I know y'all had the season 8 versus season 7, but like y'all kind of had a moment together. So like, why y'all getting
Right.
into it?
So me and Justice was good. We was good. I don't know. Like the all right. So the reason the whole energy shifted was because I don't know if it was production or if it was like one of the cast members, but someone said something about yeah, season 7 versus season 8 in that little area we were in at the stairs. So Justin, someone said something to him about me, and he was like, "Oh, Lilo like something, something," and I'm like, "Are you are you trying to come at me when you said that?" Like he said, like Lilo don't want that or something. Mind you, we were fucked up. Like that restaurant, I don't know what they put in their drinks in that little tower shit, but that was the drunkest I was since I've been there. So I was
Mhm.
off it. Like I was just that's why I was like so just like chill at first about it because when he was saying what he was saying, I'm just like, I'm too drunk for this, but fuck it. Like, do you really want that? So then when he said it, I just popped him in the mouth. I don't know why they cut that part out because I popped him in the mouth. And then that's why we fought because I popped him in the mouth, honestly. And it
Uh,
was just because I just didn't like what he said to me.
hmm.
So I told him to watch his mouth. I don't mean to be like, I don't mean to be petty, but like, I was drunk. You're not gonna tell me some shit I don't like to hear and then think I'm not gonna do nothing about it. But that's just how I am. Like, yeah, like, I don't know.
So how did you feel the next day? Were you just kind of like, damn, I paused him, I kind of liked him, or like, fuck him? Like, how did you, after sobering up, what were your thoughts on Justice?
After I did feel bad for popping him, the fight, I was still mad at him though, low key, because it was kind of confusing on where this all came from. Because I didn't even know why he was giving me that energy to begin with. Like, I didn't. Well, I don't know why he let people get in his ear and like
Mhm.
start running their mouth about me in his ear after we was just cool like that. So it was kind of just weird for me to like, because that's kind of also what initiated me popping him in the mouth because he was just like letting people talk in his ear. But yeah, the next day I kind of just felt like, all right, I'm over it. Like I don't know how you're gonna feel about it, but we fought 3 times that night, so bitch, if you want like whatever you wanna, however you wanna move about it, we can move about it. But I'm over it, type thing. But also just like okay, it was kind of toxic and it was kind of fun. It was. I'm not gonna
So
lie, it was kind of fun because
you
I
sound a
was
little bit
drunk,
like
so I
Gary a
wasn't
little
really
bit.
feeling much. But it was like, yeah, it was a good time.
Interesting. Okay.
So,
I
are you still attracted to Justice, or if you saw him again, would you fight him again?
that's a good question.
I'm not attracted to him in that way anymore. Um, and no, I wouldn't fight him again because we've had conversations, a lot of conversations. So
Okay.
we're cool. Like I'm definitely on good terms with him. Definitely seeing he's a cool person. He's real laid back. You know, I like his energy, but like, would I fuck with him? Nah. We haven't fucked. Just to clear the air. I didn't.
Okay.
Oh well. Yes. I did.
Okay, because I'm just gonna
I
say,
support that.
I had this theory that y'all were beefing
I heard
because
that.
nobody's want us to be, um, both of y'all want us to do the bending. So I thought that's why y'all were clashing and butting heads.
Oh, that's never a problem. Like I'm whoever I'm with, depending on the energy, that's what we're doing. Like it's not, but I'm gonna have to get my like. First of all, if you want that type of like party, we gonna have to do like a flip set. You're not gonna just no ram my shit and then think you're all good to lay down and go to sleep. No, it's my turn now. So if that's not what it was gonna give, then that's. But I think he would have been down. I don't think he would have had an issue.
Goodness. So how did this? this all happened in, I guess, you and the Justice, y'all hooking up in the sauna. Was that night one? Was that night two?
That was night two.
S- So, did you and
No,
Tynell arrive to
that
the
was night
house?
one. That was night one.
Okay.
Sorry.
So y'all scrapped, and then you got in the sauna with
Yeah,
Justice.
we scrapped. Um, we all talked for a minute too. Like it wasn't like we were all just like getting to know each other. Like everybody was just like having their private moments. You know, that was also the time we went in the pool. Like so, we scrapped. We got in the pool later on that night. We took shots. Um, people did their scenes. And then, yeah, we got to the sauna after the pool because that's what had happened. We started off in the pool and then me and Justice went down to the sauna to talk.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. So I do want to ask you this question because you missed this fight. So you've been watching the show. What did you think about Keith getting active with Diego in the kitchen?
I hated it. I really hated it because I didn't know what was going on. Like when I was watching it, it was really pissing me off because I really felt like I was just wasting my time watching that fight. That fight was just air. Like I don't know.
Not if.
It felt like it gave they wanted to fight, but they didn't want to fight, but they were gonna keep fighting anyways. So I was just like, okay. That's what I mean. Y'all still like okay, y'all fought, but y'all still not active. Like y'all just that wasn't anything. Y'all barely touched each other.
I feel that. It was definitely giving like Jordan's Jordan Sparks tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air vibe. Like how am I like how am I supposed to fight with like no air in my lungs, baby?
No shade.
Oh my
Like,
god. But okay,
and
so
then they
like
was acting mad out of breath after their fights too. And I'm like,
yeah, it was like
y'all are
listen,
key. They was keying.
they close to 30. They can't rumble like they used to. But okay, so like just being on this show and like having this platform, like was there like a goal that you wanted to kind of like reach or like just something that you wanted to like let people know that you're about? Like I know that you're like pretty fashionable, like just in the way that you dress and the way that you present yourself. So like um I was just curious as to like what you wanted to use this platform for. Or if you just wanted to just kind of hang out and have fun, that's cool too. Um
Yes. So the main reason I did it is mainly because I loved Bad Girls Club. So I wanted to try to have that experience because like to me it just looks so fun like on the show. So I was just like, I gotta do this like one good time. Like I didn't really care about becoming famous or like being like a social media influencer or anything like that. It was more so just me like, getting the experience, having my time, and then, heading out, like moving forward from it. But the first season, it just didn't really give me that experience. I didn't feel like I was getting that experience when we were all dealing with each other. It just kind of felt it was like a Benji like ghetto version of that. So I just kind of felt like, all right, this redemption season, this is definitely like a chance for me to actually. I know they're gonna give us a place to stay at this time because they did it to the last season, so they better do it for us this season. I thought. So I was just like, looking forward to that. So I was just like, I want to experience like actually living in a house full of niggas. Like I don't know. Let's see what that's gonna be about. And
and
yeah,
what did
that was.
that give?
It was kind of annoying. No, it was kind of
Yeah.
fun actually. It was definitely fun. I definitely would say I had a good ass time there. Like
Mhm.
overall, I had a good time. But I just got into it with too many people. Like even I was getting into it with the production too, and it
Mhm.
just it was just a lot. And that's why at the end, y'all gonna see me pop the fuck off because I was so sick. Cause I just felt like bitches was plotting against me. Like
Not plotting against.
I felt plotted against, no shade. I felt
Oh
plotted
my
against.
god.
Towards the
Okay.
end.
What's the end? Were you just tired of being there? You like, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna pop twice if I'm
Hmm.
gonna get kicked out.
And that was the thing. Like some people left early. I'm not gonna say who, but like some people left
Mhm.
early. So like it was a different. it was a shift in like the whole like atmosphere once those
situation.
people
Okay.
left.
Was there anybody that like wasn't there that you wanted to be there, like from your season or their season or just the previous season?
So there was two people. No shade. I wanted to see Vonnie because Vonnie
Okay.
just seems mad fun. Like to
Oh,
me,
for
I feel like me
sure.
and Vonnie would have had a good time. We probably would have fought like once or twice, but then we would have been friends because he just seems like that type of bitch you could be real with. Like it just go back and forth with a real like just
Right.
like he'll give me that energy, and I might have would have just liked him because of that. Like bitch, I fuck with
Hmm.
you, no shade, because his whole season, bitch. I was living for him. Like,
Yeah,
and we
sounds
ended up, we were
fun.
actually like chatting like after his season two. Like, we ended up becoming friends and stuff. So
Hmm.
it was like, okay, like, you know what, bitch, I fuck with you. So I would have been excited to see him. And D, like, everyone says he's so crazy. I don't think, I don't really, I haven't seen much of him in his season. I just seen the
Hmm.
fighting parts because, like, I didn't pay for the premium at the time. So I was just seeing the little
For
sneak peeks.
sure.
And yeah, so like I just thought he was mad cute. Like I want to see what his energy was in person, like what it would feel like, because it just made it seem like he was just such a crazy ass psycho, and I'm just
Now, would you have put would you have put him in the house with Darian?
yes,
Yeah, that's a
yes,
good answer.
yes, because I would want to see how they would react with each other.
Yep.
You already know it's
Now,
well, I don't know
Hmm.
if it's up, but
I feel like it would be up,
It's
and
definitely love.
that would be tea. That would be something I would love to see.
Oh my god.
isn't it? With no
Okay.
weed, my
With
goodness,
no
Oh
weed.
wait, you mean like sexually or like
it,
aggressively, like fighting?
them
I think
fighting,
we'll be
like
both.
they definitely gonna be
it will be
thumping in
both.
that boy.
Yeah,
Like
they gonna be thumping. That would
It's
be sick.
yeah. It's gonna be a little of both, back and forth for sure. Something is something.
My
Um.
type of part.
So like,
Just kidding.
are you from? You're from Boston, right? Like the city.
Yeah, born and
So like,
raised.
period. So like, what's the like gay? Like, what's the black gay culture like in Boston? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
So the black gay culture is so small.
Hmm.
Everyone that's in the black gay culture community in Boston is in ballroom. So it's not a different set of girls when you go out to the club. It's not a different set of girls when you go out to the bar. It's all the same girls all the time. And Boston's small, so it's like if people aren't traveling from like the out of town or like out of state type of like places to come to Boston for like events, it's not gonna be as hot. But like, us Boston bitches, we get lit. We all know each other, so we're all like really kind of close and cool. So it's always gonna be a good time. But like, you get tired of seeing the same girls all the time. So it's just like it's cool, it's fun, you have a good time. If you know the right bitches, you're always gonna have a good time. But it's also boring after a while. Like this is really I would definitely say Boston is definitely a place where you would settle down, start building a family, you like try to build your credit, like get your life together type shit. But to have a good time, to get lit and to like be fucked up and like da 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 da, nah, not here. I'll have to
Okay.
go to New York or something.
Do you go to New York a lot, or like other like cities, just to like have your time, or you're like Boston is my home, so that's where it's at.
I mean, I always anytime I'm in New York, I'm repping Boston to the T. Like it's
Okay.
always bitches
Period.
gotta know because bitch, y'all love to rep y'all little city everywhere y'all go. So bitch, I'm gonna rep my city everywhere I go in New York.
Exactly.
Bitch, y'all gonna know I'm from Boston. But I've definitely been to New York a lot, and my ex was actually from Boston. I mean, from New York. So like, there was a point where we were living together, but we were living together in Boston. And then like before that, I was always visiting him out in New York, and he was always visiting me, and we would visit each other. Then when we broke up, still visiting each other. So like, I'd be in New York, but like, I don't be there too often anymore.
Okay. Interesting. I'm always curious about Boston because I've never been, so like I'm just like I don't really care much about Boston, especially like black gay Boston. Like it's usually like white people or whatever. So it's
Hmm.
curious just to like hear about where it's from. But like, Interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
it's ghetto as fuck though. It's still ghetto. Like the girls is bangy, but there's definitely more white people in our gay scene than black people, and we don't really. The only like we only have one night in the club for the black people, and it's Friday. We don't
yeah.
have any other nights. It used to be Friday and Sunday, but like
Mhm.
shit is just going downhill for the gay scene out here. So it's
I see
time.
what you mean. In
We're
Chicago,
trying
it's
to make
like
it hot again, though.
you say you trying to make it what?
We're trying to make it hot again, like out
I
here.
feel that because even in
Because it was a
Chicago,
point in time we was cute, but now it's just dying down.
yeah, I feel like even in Chicago, it's like we have like a club where it's like mixed, but like
Hmm.
most of the clubs are white, and it's just like you got to go to the south to like really get around your people. So, but
Yes, I gotta come to Chicago. It's
you
tea
have
up
to.
there.
I think you would really like it. It's definitely your vibe from what I've seen from you, especially on the show.
Yes,
Like,
I would
it's
have
cute.
pride.
Uh, what kind of music do you like to listen to when you go to the club?
When I go to the club,
Yeah. Or when you're like pre gaming, when you're just like ready to go out.
oh, sexy red down, like
Okay,
bitch,
okay.
get it? But that's my bitch. If sexy red, Ice Spice,
Okay.
Nicki, like I gotta listen to my bitches that are gonna make me feel like a bad bitch. Like those bitches that are really gonna have me hype, ready to throw my ass or like, just do fun shit. So get drunk, like just ghetto shit. I just love ghetto shit. So I'm
Period.
putting on my ghetto music, I'm blasting my ghetto shit. I'm not playing my soft shit because then I'm gonna start crying. And then I'm
Uh,
drinking. So I can't be doing
right.
like,
Yeah.
I gotta play
You gotta be
the lit
feeling,
girls.
yeah. Okay.
And the freak songs too. The freak songs be getting me hyped too. That shit.
Don't I know it? But yeah, thank you so much for like coming through. Like, I feel like you're so. It's so funny because when we interview people, like they're much more laid back than like when we like see them on the show. So like, thank you for
Mhm.
giving us that different side of you and just like just being
Hey.
chill. I appreciate that.
No, thank you guys for having me because I've been looking forward to talking with y'all. I be in the comments sometimes because I be like,
Yes,
"Oh, I
yes,
wish I
me
could just tell
too.
them what really happened at that time because if they
Right,
knew what was going on, I feel like maybe they would fuck with me a little more. Even though I
right.
feel like y'all fuck with me, but like, I mean, like,
Yeah,
with the
no, especially this
situations and
season.
stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I
But y'all are
appreciate
not
it.
cool. Like, this was fun. I'm glad you guys had me on this. It was really like, it made me feel like I got my little voice in.
Period. I'm glad you had a good time. Welcome anytime back.
Of
Yes.
I
course.
know some shit might pop off, so if you want to come back and let us know what mood is given, like let us know.
Period. Okay, work. Yep. Maybe that last episode, I might have to tap back in. No shit.
Okay, yes, you guys should. But yeah, sure. Did you have any lasting questions or anything to ask before
I just
we
want to
let
thank
go?
Lilo for coming through, taking time out of your schedule to do this interview, clear some things up. I feel like there was a lot of clarification with
Right.
like this interview and what's going on with the madness in this house, and that's some stuff that happened in season 7. So, yes, again, Lilo, thank you for chopping it up with us. Definitely looking forward to seeing more of you this season. Hopefully, this is your last round with Justice.
Right.
Oh, y'all,
I'm-
y'all, y'all gotta see it. Y'all gotta see it because bitches have me fucked up. No shit.
Oh Lord. Well, we'll be here to watch. Like,
Yeah. But yes, thank you guys. I'll get back. I'll talk to y'all later.
yes.
Yes, have a good
Bye.
night.
Have a good
You
night.
too. Y'all too.
That was that was great. I love like just like interviewing people and like getting their like I don't know. I feel like when we interview people, a lot of times it's like different from like how they appear on the show. So like I love getting different sides of people and just like getting them in different spaces, I guess you could say. But yeah, definitely let us know how y'all felt about our interview with Lilo and our review as a whole. Um, yeah. Any thoughts on the interview or the review before we go?
Yeah, I will say I enjoyed the last two episodes of Bad Boys Club.
Mm-hmm.
Again, excuse me, I just wanted to shout out Lilo for coming through doing an interview.
Yes,
Like I said,
thank
season
you.
7, I wasn't like, it was just a lot of, I guess, misconception, and um, season 7 was just so cloudy. So it's good to see him, Lilo, anti-Neo in like a better light and just be himself. So I am looking forward to the rest of the season. Hopefully we get Bad Boys Club season 9 or season 10. I guess the best season,
Mm-hmm.
but
Guess we'll have to wait. Wait and
yeah.
see. That's up to
No
Karan.
pressure to Gemini Films though, because
Yeah.
like they're already doing enough, doing a lot. So
Yeah.
again, shout out to not Tyler, I'm sorry, Lilo for coming through for the
Mm-hmm.
interview. I can't wait to the rest of the season. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we ain't gonna keep y'all for too long. This has been Key and Carrie with Key.
and we carry
I'm James,
Troy.
and we will see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.